Appreciate it. Thank the gentleman for yielding back. And now we'll recognize Mr. Kean from the great state of New Jersey. You're recognized for 5 minutes of questioning, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you to all of our witnesses for being here today. Last Congress, following a horrific deepfake incident at a high school in my district, I made AI safety a priority. I led efforts on the AI Labeling Act. I co-led the Preventing Deepfakes of Intimate Images Act, and I'm co-sponsoring the Take It Down Act. We must ensure proper oversight, holding bad actors accountable, and fostering responsibility among AI companies and users. While AI safeguards remain critically important, another focus now is expanding towards data privacy concerns, particularly on how we protect Americans, especially children, from online exploitation and data misuse. As the Congress considers federal data privacy standards, today's discussions will help us understand the challenges families face and the most effective ways to ensure stronger protections moving forward. Ms. Soros, what legal and technological challenges exist in preventing the spread of malicious deepfake pornography, and what role does Congress play in strengthening protections for victims while holding perpetrators accountable?
Thank you for the question, Congressman. Let me address the technical challenges first. I think there is a rush to market. We're a country of innovation. We saw this when the internet first arose. We're seeing this with AI now. There is tremendous competition and pressure to rush products to market without safety by design, without consideration of how children will interact with these tools and how offenders will misuse these tools. So that is, I think, the primary challenge. There also is really, again, a lack of safety by design. We've heard that term, I think, throughout the hearing today. It's embedded in several pending bills that I think will be addressed this term. But it's really the concept of requiring companies, before they roll out a new service, a new platform, a new product, to really consider the dangers to children. Again, the misuse by offenders, and how a child might interact with a new technology, and safeguard those children. I think the final issue is, again, looking to the upstream. We need to look upstream on technology in terms of AI producers and AI developers. We need to help those producers that want to create a safe product. We need to consider red teaming so they actually have the ability to test that AI and make sure it's not available or able to produce child sexual exploitation material. That's a complicated partnership that needs to occur to achieve that. But we need to, again, look upstream and prevent this imagery from being created in the first place, rather than focusing only on criminal or civil remedies down the road. If I can, just to address the legal challenges as well. So I don't really think there's unclear liability around AI companies. I think it is clear that they are not protected by Section 230. I do think there's a lack of clarity around civil and criminal remedies. Obviously, Take It Down will address the criminal remedies. There have been some bills pending in the last term, and I expect to see them reintroduced this term as well, that would address the civil penalties. So again, we really need those three avenues to completely protect children from AI.
Thank you. Ms. Hawkins, is there anything you'd like to add on that?
I want to add just that behind me sits the Young People's Alliance, a group of young people, the parents of Matthew and Grace also. And we've walked these halls together asking for Congress to take action. And we joined together again asking once more. We felt outrage when the Kids Online Safety Act, when the Take It Down Act, when so many of these other bills didn't pass last year. And we just come before you asking for Congress to finally take action.
Thank you. Thank you. Mrs. Morrell, what are the key obstacles preventing parents from effectively utilizing existing online safety tools, and how can Congress address these gaps without infringing on First Amendment rights?
Yeah, so the current gaps is that the tools made available to parents don't actually allow parents oversight or insight into what's happening on a child's feed or their direct messages, which is where a lot of the sextortion schemes or predators are gaining access to children through these messages that parents have no access to. And the parental supervision tools available are really just to set time limits or certain restrictions on the app, but often those restrictions aren't effective. And also the teen can cancel this supervision at any time. And so it's not really an effective control in that sense. And so what I've argued and advocated for is really age restricting social media out of childhood as an unsafe substance and dangerous environment for children that would empower all parents to be able to protect their kids, including, this hasn't really been mentioned, but a lot of children are left unprotected because they don't have involved parents. And I think we need to care for America's children across the board, whether or not they have involved parents putting those controls in place or not. And so that's why I've advocated for solutions that age restricted out of childhood. And the last thing I would say is I think the other way that we hold companies accountable for harms to children is opening up liability against them. And that has largely been blocked because of Section 230. And so COSA and other bills like it would try to actually clarify that companies need to be liable for mitigating objective harms to children in their product design.
Thank you. I yield back.